When you find a real estate platform that aligns everyone in the entire company financially by making us real estate agents owners, so when the average agent wins, everyone wins, that's the secret to success. And when you surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurial people who absolutely love what they do, they love serving people, they love God and life, and you put yourself in an environment of high energy, high producing, positive people every day, you can't help but succeed in business and life. We are changing the real estate industry and changing real estate agents' lives. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. Hey, I'm excited today for our Financial Freedom Forever podcast. I got the one, the only, Mr. Rick Dhillon from Mississauga, Ontario. How you doing, Rick?
I'm good, man. I like that intro. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, my VA Rod's been doing a nice job helping me get technically up to speed because it's been a while.
Yeah, makes me want to join all over again, man. That's a cool intro. I like it.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited to interview you today, Rick. You've been a good friend for a long time, and now a business partner. Let's just jump right in. Hey, we want to thank our viewers that are on. Make sure to give Rick some love, and any comments or questions you have, pop them in the comment section so we can answer them. But just tell me your story, man. Tell me your real estate journey.
Yeah, I'll give you the little
give us a bio,
elevator pitch, if you will. Look, I started this business in 2005, long time ago now. This is my 16th year in selling real estate. Before that, I was an accountant, believe it or not, and got into the business back in 2005. I remember, I signed up to Century 21, which was it's a great brokerage at that time. And my broker was a great guy, love him to death, helped me get started. But the thing was, I came into his business and I'm like, hey, Frank was his name. Like, Frank, how do I do this? How do I sell a bunch of homes, man? I got my license. What do I do from here? And, he taught me what he knew, and which was, the basics. He put a huge white pages book in front of me, said, start cold calling. I'm like, what do I say? So I did all that. I think, the struggle is real when you join this business. It's interesting because it's like, where do I go from here? So I went through all the trials and tribulations. I found my way. I would say the second year, third year, fourth year, I became what they call top producer. However you define that in your marketplace. And then I got really serious about the business. I took coaching, several different coaches. Where I met you, we were in the same coaching program, great program, and really started getting the fundamentals behind how to run a business and things like that. I got a little bit from that coaching program, a lot of it from outside as well. Put it all together, found my way, started a real estate team. And, as a solo agent and as a real estate team, depending on what year, we're looking at, I was top 1 or 2% in the entire country, meaning I was better than 98 and 99%, not better than I sold more houses than 98 to 99% of agents across the country for a very long time. And then, my personal journey, I kind of hit a roadblock when, I was doing the whole team thing. And I don't know how deep you want me to go, Andre. I keep talking, but I was doing the whole team thing. And, it's kind of like, okay, how do we go from top 2 to 1% and then top 1% to the top 0.0001%, right? I was on that journey, and I kind of stopped or slowed down, which is really unlike me. And I'll tell you why. I soon found out that I probably wasn't making as much money reaching that goal. So, as if I wanted to really put my effort into that goal, I'm spending more money on marketing. I'm spending more money on salaries. I have a 50-50 split with the agents. And my gross profit was dwindling down to 15 to 20%.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, a lot of us, people think when we first get going, hey, the goal is to get there and build that team and start to get the whole infrastructure in place, and you're on the top, right? But and the growth sounds great. They walk you across the stage and get a nice trophy or whatever, and you're at 1.2 or 5 million or whatever the number is.
DCI,
they don't talk about the net, right? And most of us only care about the net at the end of the day. I want to welcome, hey, again, our viewers out there, Candy and Lisa, Marie, Balraj, thanks for jumping on. If you guys have any comments or questions for Rick, put them in the chat and show him some love here, and share with us what you're thinking.
We're ready.
Go ahead, Rick. Keep going.
We're ready to answer some questions, guys. Anything you guys want, put me on the spot. Even objection handling. Let's do it. So here I am. I'm trucking along. I'm like, all right, time to pivot. So all along, I really believed in real estate as I learned it. I mean, you sell a lot of it and you understand the benefits of owning assets. So I bought a bunch of properties along the way. I was lucky enough to, really partner with some past clients and mutual friends, and getting into the development world where I was making, a lot more. I was keeping a lot more money, put it that way. So it kind of it worked out as like a hybrid, I'm really good at. So I kept my production on purpose where I was comfortable, where I had time to do developing and other things. And then EXP came my way and everything else was on the back burner. I mean, everything else.
Tell us about your EXP story. When you very first heard about it, what your due diligence period was. Did you blow it off? Did you jump right in? Tell us a little bit about your EXP story. I know it, but the viewers don't.
You know it pretty good. So I don't know if people know your background. You were a great part of the coaching program that I was. You were like, the person that I was talking to as a branch of the company. We talked about a lot of things. I would talk to you when I first set up in the coaching program. I would talk to you when you would call me and say, hey, Rick, look in your production. I think it's time to move up, scale up in your coaching, in different levels. So I had that relationship with you. Where we built that, and then you brought EXP to me. So I was kind of in the middle, right? Because you were my friend, but you're also the guy that made me spend a lot more money than I wanted to. It was worth it. It was worth it. But you're also that guy that made me spend, leveled me up in all the coaching. You were good at your job, I'll tell you that. And then you called me and you got to see this EXP thing. Now, I didn't blow you off. I was just busy.
Oh, yeah.
And I get these calls a lot. If it was at that point when you called me, I was at Royal LePage. I had Remax people calling me, Century 21 people calling. If you're a producer or if you're not, pretty much if you have a heartbeat and a real estate license, you're getting recruited in this business, right? So I'm getting these calls all the time. And I'm like, okay, here's Andre. He's calling me. He's all the way in the US. Okay, cool. I heard you out. But then I got into my routine, and I think I can't remember the dates, but you sent me a video and all these things. I don't think I looked at it for
you didn't look at it the first one. The first couple when I first reached out, you just got busy, man. Just the life and work gets busy. I remember
got busy, but also in full disclosure, I thought it was just another brokerage that's trying to recruit me. That was their thing. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think I reached out to you early in 2019, like February, March, or something like that. Send you some videos, send you some information. You didn't have a chance to look at it, and then I think it was in May of 2019 when that's my notes anyway. I'm a pretty good note taker. That we finally had a good conversation. You watched a video, and then we went from there.
Yeah, and then I signed up. Best thing I've done in 16 years of selling real estate, and no one's paying me to say that. It just really is. For me anyway. Everybody has their own journey, has their own goals. For me, I've never seen anything like this model. I watched the video and I was literally blown away. I was like, whoa, is this for real? Then I started doing my own research and, talk to other people in the company that you introduced to me. Some of them I found myself.
Right.
Because you get in that zone where like, okay, you just became an information hog, if you will. Like you just want content. Okay, let's learn about this. Let's learn about this company. And the more I learned, I was like, oh, wow. And then when I was about to join, I remember having sleepless nights and just very excited, man. Very excited for this journey.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride. I remember when we first got you connected, before you joined, I had my friend Pierre go meet with you, right? And then as soon as that conversation went, is this too good to be true? I know a lot of us think about this looks too good to be true, right?
Yeah.
And then you started doing your homework and jumped on the call with Jay Kinder, and then the YouTube videos started the sleepless nights, right?
That's it, man. I was YouTubing and doing all that. There's a question out there.
Yeah, let's says I find agent attraction challenging in Ontario. How do you manage to do it, Rick? Yeah, tell us a little bit about your numbers. You've been in the company, less than a year. What was your goal? Was it easier than you thought, harder than you thought, as far as growing your business? And how's it going?
I didn't have anything to compare it to.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was easier or harder. I've never done this before, right?
Well, you built your team, right? I mean, you had a team, a small team before you jumped into
that's
EXP. So you were attracting agents to come join your local team, right?
Man, I attracted about 15 agents to my past company, which I love. Like this is not about. I had great experience in all the companies that I was. I invited 15 people there, and I didn't even get a Tim Hortons gift card, man. That was funny. But my journey, look, the goal was to get 40 on the front line for those of you guys that know a little bit about EXP, and I'll get to that question for sure. I'm going to answer that question, so bear with me. But my journey was, I'm at 44 now or something like that. About 160 people on the total organization. So attracting about 160 agents within, a 12, 13 month period. I think that's pretty good.
That's darn good, man. I mean, you're growing twice as fast as I grew when I got started. And you're going to pass me, and I love it. I mean, I love to see that.
Yeah, no, and that's what it is, because we're mutually invested into each other. But my personality type, I always think I could do more, and I always think I can do better. It's a little bit of a disease, but hey, it comes with some perks. My personal goal, Andre, is I will relax and breathe when I get this to 1,000 agents. I'm giving myself, I don't have a timeline. I'm enjoying the journey, but if I can do it by the end of 2022, that'll be great. That's kind of by the time 2022 ends, I would love to have 1,000 agents in this organization. So let's answer the question. The question was, hey, Rick, having a tough time, attracting agents in Ontario. How have you managed to do it? The truth about it is I don't. I don't, cold call agents. I don't call agents. I think if you, let me give you something to really walk away with if you want this. The one thing that helped me, okay, I don't want to give you fluff. I want to give you real life stuff so you can be successful. I internalized the opportunity. Let me repeat that. I internalized the opportunity. What do I mean by that? I honestly believe in my hearts of hearts that there is nothing like this opportunity that we have. I can go into a big spiel right now. We have 3 income streams and people are living on islands because of revenue share. The long story short of this is I'm in love with Glenn Sanford. Really, he's like, to me, he's like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. Yeah, he'll be the next guy flying to Mars, in my opinion. If you really do a deep dive and appreciate the genius on what he created here at EXP, where every real estate agent is an owner
Right.
and is sharing in revenue and getting stocks. Like, we heard this before. I don't want this podcast to be about that. But when I internalize the opportunity, now here's the answer to your question. When I am talking to an individual about EXP, there is no selling. I walk it, I talk it, I'm wholeheartedly in. I know when I'm talking to that agent, they're going to increase their production. Why are they going to increase their production? Because we've affiliated ourselves with coaches. I'm going to help their business. You're going to help their business. Pierre, Jay, like, we're all here. We're mutually invested. Whereas when you're with other brokerages, you guys are all agents are competition. Here, we're not. So when I'm talking to an agent, I know their production is going to go up. I know that they're going to earn some money in stock, and I know they're going to earn some money in revenue share. Now, some people are going to make, I don't know if I can throw down numbers. Some people are making like more money I made in GCI in a year. They're making that a month.
Right.
And remember, I was top 1 or 2% in the country. And these people, my mentors in this company, are making what I made in GCI. They're making through revenue share in a month what I made in a year.
Right.
Okay. So they're making 12 times more than a top 1% producer.
And the only difference between them and you is time, because they got plugged in before we did. That's all. It's just time and energy.
Oh, we're going to get it.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah. So if you internalize the opportunity and you really believe in your soul, when you talk to people, they're going to be attracted to you. And if they're not, that's okay. Second point, because I want you to be successful at this, okay? Internalize the opportunity. Second point is, you're not here to close everybody. You're here to nurture and just categorize where they want. So if you're talking to an agent and they say, hey, I need more time, give them more time. Your question to them is, hey, how can I help you do some homework?
Yeah.
Some people are going to get it right away. Some people take years. Like Andre waited years for me to come on, right?
Yeah, and it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait, buddy. You've been killing it and really expanding EXP in Ontario for sure. One of the biggest leaders there, and excited where we're headed. I mean, we're in like 27 or 8 states, right? Got girls on your team, have brought on people from India and Mexico. So
proud of them.
And we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, looking back, your due diligence period when you first looking back, would you do anything different? Do you wish that you would have started sooner? Do you think that you
know what? I hear this question a lot because I'm all in EXP, so I watch all these interviews of the top guys that are killing it, and I'm just trying to pick up on little nuggets, and I'm trying to come up with a better answer. But honestly, I would be lying if I told you what wasn't the truth. Well, the truth of the matter is, I just wish I came on earlier. That is my biggest regret. And I know it sounds cliche. I wish I could give you something better. But if I'm being honest with myself, I wish I came back earlier, because I would have another year in building my dream life behind me. So that's my biggest regret.
Yeah. What was the most difficult part of being, you were a solo agent before, then you were a team leader. And what was the most difficult part before EXP, and how did the EXP model help and change that for you?
So before EXP, I was running a pretty good team, and I was limited on teaching my findings, my value add, if you will, as a person, because I don't care what you do. The best feeling in the world is not the paychecks, it's helping others.
Right.
And I spent a lot of money in coach. I know this real estate game. I know this real estate game. You know what I'm saying? I know in my heart of hearts, this is one thing I know. And the EXP umbrella is helping me share this knowledge with more people. And the best texts or calls that I get is like, hey, Rick, man, I'm so happy because of you. I sold an extra house. Man, I'm loving this support. I'm loving this connection. That by far and away, I couldn't do that under any other model, because when I was running a team at another brokerage, I can't help the team beside me because they're my competition. Even if I would help them, I could give them 20 minutes of my time, 30 minutes.
Right.
I'm a nice person, I would like to think, but I'm not invested in their business. But because I'm invested in people's business, I could just share a lot more. So I couldn't do that without this model.
I hear you. Hey, thanks, CO, for jumping on, and anyone else that's listening. If you have any questions for Rick, put them in the chat. Send him some love. If you like what you're hearing, give us some thumbs up and some hearts, and show Rick some love so we can get this out there. But my next question for you, Rick, was there anything that surprised you about EXP? Something that you weren't expecting, and it's better than you thought. What's a big surprise for you when you became a team member with us?
Yeah. Affiliation like that. So the byproduct of what Glenn Sanford created was a movement and a community. I didn't come into EXP for the community. I came in there for WIFM radio. What's in it for me? How do I get mine and my family's life better? I saw that right away, so I switched.
Right.
The nice surprise was the community. So let me elaborate. Glenn Sanford created this, in my opinion, everyone entitled to opinion, a better way for real estate agents. I wholeheartedly believe that. I'm invested. By creating a better way for real estate agents, let me define better. Simply, time and financial freedom. He brought a company that helps realtors get time and financial freedom. I was sold. The byproduct of creating that was a community, and that's the best part. Like, what I mean by community is I didn't realize that I will be a phone call away from people that sold 500 houses a year.
Right.
And just kind of like we're caring about each other, meeting each other, and just in my organization, the people that I brought on, man, that's my family. We talk all the time. We talk all the time about helping grow business. How are we going to grow business? How are we going to change lives? It's the conversation's not about, hey, how do we get another % commission? That's cool. Let's do that. We know how to do that. But the conversations is how we're going to build this business together. And the affiliation and the community is by far the best surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, I found the same thing. I mean, you think as an online company, it's like, how are you going to have that community and in collaboration, right? Well, people don't understand. I mean, the corporate is online, so you can go on your computer and go and talk to accounting or tech support or whoever you need with a click of a button. But what a lot of people don't realize, like yourself, you're in the works of opening up a pretty nice office in your marketplace. If you want to share where that's going to be and a little bit about that, and if you're going to have some room for some people to call you and see if get some questions answered and join you there, tell them about your office that's opening. And I want to shout out to Robert and Shaquina. We got a lot of people on here today. Basham, Sunny, Marie, thanks for joining us. Lisa, Pierre, we got the big Pierre and Chickney and Joe Marhana on. Thanks for jumping on here, guys. Put your questions in. Let's put Rick on the spot, but go ahead and tell him about your office real quick.
Put me on the spot. Yeah. So I'm all about filling the gaps, right? And a lot of people, I'm big on building culture. First of all, I'll tell you the story. Like, it wasn't like you don't need an office at EXP. Okay. The community's there, the infrastructure's there. I was just getting an office for my team when I first started. Robert, who I love to death, is one of my, biggest business partners, if you will, in EXP. He showed me the place. He was the realtor that had it listed. There was a little office at the bottom, and I was interested. I brought my wife, and then I started talking to Robert, and Robert's like, hey, what do you want this for? I'm like, okay, well, I told him, and Robert ended up him and his family owned the building. And he's like, Rick, man, tell me more about this. And smart business people, they get this model right away. Robert got it right away. You know, I explained it to them. We did this, we did that. He's like, whoa. And he partnered with me at EXP. And then, because I was like, okay, let's just do this together. And he was like,
Right.
yeah, okay. And then it evolved to like the second floor, and it just got really big. I think we have like 7,500 square feet. We only opened about 5,000 square feet of it right now. That's built out. If we need more room, we have the back ready to go, but we're going to fill that out first. Listen, guys, in the best place, heart of the city, in Port Credit for your local people, right by the lake, restaurants, coffee shops, your clients would just love being in this atmosphere. Boardrooms, we're going to throw parties, galas. We're going to have fun. We're going to bring the fun back in real estate. That is for sure.
Bring the fun back in real estate. We hear that a lot. Everyone working towards real financial freedom. That just makes it fun too, right?
100%.
What do you think about getting access to the NAEA coaching and training from Jay Kinder, Michael, and Al? Do you take advantage of the coaching and training that we have in our back office at no cost, and some of the things that they're doing with our private Facebook pages and the one-on-ones access to those guys? Do you take advantage of that much, and how's that helped your business?
I tell Jay, this over text all the time. Like, he's changed my life a lot, man. Because just by being the example of like me being able to see what he did, everybody has their person in here. You know, he really changed the way I look at things. It's like the 4-minute mile. You know, you remember that story where nobody can break the 4-minute mile?
Yeah.
And I forget the individual's name, but somebody broke the 4-minute mile, and then it was like an impossible feat. And now everybody is just breaking it. Not everybody, but then a ton of people broke it after that.
Right.
When I see the way I learn is when somebody shows me something is possible. Guys like Jay, guys like Brent, and even you show me things that are possible and what you guys are doing in your business and your rev share. I'm like, okay, well, I can touch it, I can feel it, so I guess I can get it. So that was my biggest thing, just by the example. I've always been, hefty on learning and self-development. So I've been paying for coaching. Man, now I'm getting this coaching for free. It's a blessing, because I was spending, 1 year I spent $30,000, for coaching for the year.
Right.
Plus another, I was using Commissions Inc. at that time. I was spending like another $1,500 for the platform, plus another $1,000 for the ad spend. So that's 2,500 USD.
Right.
Okay. And that's about like 3,300 Canadian. Plus another $3,000 USD or whatever. I think they gave me the Canadian amount, but long story short, I was getting hit $6,500 just for coaching and my Commissions Inc. that year. So as soon as I moved over to EXP, I got, similar coaching, better, worse. It's all, I wouldn't say that publicly, but similar coaching that I'm getting for free. And then I got KV4 for free. So just by me signing over, I'm profiting $7,000 a month that I'm saving.
$7,000 a month. That's not a year. That's $7,000 a month,
man. So titanium was $30,000 a year. So let's call that about $3,000 a month, right?
Right.
Because it was US. And then Sync was costing me about $3,500 a month. So I'm saving, $6,500 a month just by being here. Now, that's my savings.
Tell us about your growth.
My growth, guys. I don't, for those of the people that bash EXP, this is for you guys. This company is so nice to their competitors.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Okay. They are so nice to their competitors. I don't know. I hear big broker just bashing EXP. That's fine. That's the road you want to take. That's cool. I choose to take the high road. I think every broker that I still have their awards behind me. Royal LePage, Remax, Century 21, great companies. great companies. Okay. This has just evolved. Okay. So let me get back to the point. EXP does not allow us to publicly share our numbers.
Right.
Okay. That's why they're nice. I'm not allowed to publicly share with you what I'm making every month on RevShare, what Andre, what Jay. If I was allowed to do that, my recruiting would be a lot easier. I wouldn't have to say a word. I'd be like, here you go. So for all of those people out there that are hating on this company, they are so ethical and they're an amazing company. I'm really good with the head office in Canada. They're amazing. They treat it ethically and with integrity. I'm telling you guys, if I was allowed to share these numbers, I would have to, what I'm making on passive income within the 12, 13 month period. And remember, that is the hardest year. Andre, I'll let you talk about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Actually, I'm going to let you talk about that, but that is the hardest year to make passive income. I would have to invest $3 million in mutual funds or whatever. $3 million I would have to invest at a 6 or 7% return, let's say. Don't quote me on that. That's off the top of my head. I think I'm pretty close to get what I'm making passively every single month through EXP. This is not my commission. This is not my stocks. I've earned more in stocks at EXP than I paid the company. And now I'm getting nice checks every single month. If I were to get that through investments, I'd have to invest $3 million. You tell me about the growth, Andre. Tell me about your growth, man. I love hearing that. I love hearing it from year 1 to year 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for 40 hours a week, my first year, actually first 2 years, I was working as an inside sales agent for a friend. And so I was only, doing EXP, my real estate business part-time and on the weekends. And my first goal, I missed it like crazy. I attracted 1 agent in 3 months.
Yeah.
3 agents in 6 months. You can't call me recruiter of the year.
Yeah.
Only 13 in the first 12 months, but that equivalent to 37 total. When I look on my side here, because I got my wealth chart on my wall over here.
Right.
And I thought, I would grow so much faster. But year 2, I had 35 that I attracted to the company. Average out 1 to 2 a month, and I'm still about 1 to 2 a month. But that jumped to 281 by that next year, which was February.
Right.
So, which is 6 months ago. And 6 months ago, from 6 months, it's grown from 281. Yesterday, it was 484. So I have 484 business partners around the country that the company pays me a little piece of all the transactions. It's because of the brilliant model, right? They copied the Keller Williams model as far as the payout, but they pay us off the revenue share instead of profit, right? Now, you said you were with, a few other companies in the past, and you've attracted some agents to your team, and they followed you because, hey, Rick's a big player, and if he's happy where he's at, we want to check that out. And how much, you might get a plaque when you hit some goals, but you can't bring them to the bank, right? Yeah. So it's been a game changer. We all overestimate what we can do in 3 to 6, 12 months, but we underestimate what we can do in 2 to 3 years. My 5-year goal was to be able to have an organization of 500, and we're going to do that in less than 3.
Wow.
And it's pretty cool. And it's because of great business partners like yourself and Pierre and Gary and the guys that are out there really trying to help all their friends grow their businesses. And like you said, we just attract the right people. I've never been so excited about my real estate business in 30 years because of the model. So yeah. It's pretty
I have this number stuck in my head. It's 1,000. Yep. Guys, help me get to 1,000, man. Come talk to me. Listen, this is not a sales thing. Like, just hear me out. You know what? Like, this is going to be, it's not just about me. It's about you guys. This opportunity is just amazing, man. I know you hear it from a lot of people, but you haven't heard it until you heard it from us. And there's a lot of cool things that we're doing 10% of the agents do 90% of the business.
Yeah, it's always been that way.
That's the 90-10 rule. 10% of EXP agents are attracting the right way. That's not a bash. So you always want to hear it from the people that are doing it successfully.
Hey, Rick, if there was just one takeaway that you want to make sure that anyone that's listening, any of your friends, colleagues, that you really cared about, what would you want to make sure that they understood and took away from our interview today?
Okay, so there's a lot of misconceptions about EXP. People call it a cloud. That's the disruptive part. That is part of the disruption. Agent ownership is what I want people to take away. That's it. If that resonates with you, agent ownership. So let me do a little minute spiel on this.
Sure.
If you wanted to become an owner at another company, you would follow something called the franchise model. Same way you open up a McDonald's or a Subway, right? You would go to the international company, and that international company, whether it's the Remax Century 21, whatever, Keller Williams, whatever it is, you would say, hey, I want some ownership. You would take a region from that company. After you get that region, wherever they have left, by the way, it might not be in the location that you want. You are responsible to go ahead and rent out with your own money, bricks and mortar, hire staff through your own dollar, build that whole infrastructure. And then one of your jobs, if you want to be a successful owner, is, hate to break it to you, recruit real estate agents. Okay. Now, what Glenn Sanford did is he got rid of that model. Just like Netflix got rid of, bricks and mortar. Just like Elon Musk got rid of gasoline, whatever you want to call it, okay? That is the genius. You are an owner of the company as soon as you sign on. If you help this company grow, they are rewarding you with revenue, not profit, revenue. And this revenue is changing people's lives. If you want more money in your real estate business, okay, you will get revenue share, but the byproduct of that is community, and the byproduct of that is leveling up your actual business. Is because of strong entrepreneurs are after revenue share. I'm not making any secrets about it. I told you guys, I want 1,000 agents and I want them fast, but because that's my goal, I want to provide so much value to agents where all this money I paid for coaching and stuff like that, or just my experiences. It's not just the coaching. It's just my experiences I want to share with you. Plus we have, things like NAEA. Now I'm just getting excited. I'm going to throw so much at you, but if I could sum it up, it's value packed on value, packed on value. And you're an owner at EXP. That's what I want people to understand.
Oh, that's fantastic. When you mentioned, obviously your goal is to have 1,000 agents in your group, and you're building that. What do you say to an agent that comes to you and say, hey, Rick, man, I see what you're doing. You've had a great career. You provide a lot of, services and things to help your team members, but hey, I'm not a recruiter. I don't want to. I just want to sell houses. I just want to up my game selling houses, make more income, and don't want to tell a soul. What do you tell those people?
So
are they going to make it in EXP?
If you are somebody that just said that to me and you're an agent, what I would say to you, Andre, that is perfect. We are a perfect marriage, because I'm going to help you increase your business if you choose to accept it. Okay. Right. If you're already good, don't need it, that's fine. I can learn things from you. You can learn things from me. But the point is, we're going to have a free mastermind where we're going to learn something from each other. As you sell more houses, our mastermind talk isn't about, hey, how we're going to get more agents. Out of the 160 people, I only have like 5 or 6 people I have that talk with that are generals or whatever. But then I'll say that's a perfect marriage, because I don't want you to be a recruiter, Andre. I need you to be the best inviter. All you have to do is, all the agents that you invite them to me. And guess what? As I get you producing more, or as you produce more, who's on the other side of those transactions? Who's on the other side of those, buyer feedback calls? Real estate agents that you built a relationship with. Now, they're probably going to ask you, what is this EXP thing? Because it's making some noise. And the answer is simply, hey, Rick will present it to you, hop on one of his Zooms. If you are just a good inviter, the only way I can get to 1,000 is if you get to 800.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to help you grow your rev share. And the people above that I partnered with, rather, guys like Andre, guys like Pierre, guys like Jay, all these guys, they're also going to help you. So it's a community. So you don't have to do any recruiting. If somebody asks you to say, that's a great question, why don't you talk to my senior business partners and they'll fill you in. And if they do join up, they will join up with Andre, because I get paid on 7 tiers. It's a 7-tiered compensation model.
Right. Just like KW's. Yeah, that's fantastic. What I've learned is, as we help our team members sell more homes and they start producing more, and their friends that saw them leave the company and was wondering, okay, they're watching, right? Okay, let's see how they do over there. And they look them up in the MLS and they start seeing, geez, he used to sell 1 house a month. Now he's selling 3 houses a month. And then they start coming to you. So I've had several people tell me the same thing. Hey, I love the model. I love the coaching and training. What EXP offers 50, 60 hours a week. We get all the training and coaching from NAEA at no cost. They love the stocks and so forth. But I had a girl tell me, I'm not telling anybody. If I got to tell somebody, I'm not coming, right? I said, you don't tell a soul. And we left it at that. And she's really increased her business for sure. And then I get a phone call, a few months later. Hey, Andre, my friend called me and asked me about, how I like EXP. I just told him I loved it. And I was because I'm a business person, I did the math. It just made sense. And that's all I said. I told her to call you, and she's going to be calling you. That's it. And now she has several people on her in her network, and she didn't do anything except tell people that she liked it in 30 seconds why, and then share the information with me. So we do all the heavy lifting for them, so they don't have to. Absolutely don't have to.
And if you never care about rev share, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to come here for rev share. Me and you are talking rev share because we like rev share. But I know agents that are very successful. They're using KV Core. They're taking advantage of the free coaching, which saved me $6,500 to $7,000 a month Canadian. You take advantage of that, increase your business. As you sell a bunch of homes, get your stock. Instead of getting these plaques behind me, you're going to get a plaque with some awards, with some stock awards, So don't tell anybody. It's still a better place.
Yeah,
if you want to be a producer, or you are a producer, for those two people, EXP is the best place to be, because you go to 100% commission in my marketplace after you sell 4 houses.
Right.
So let me repeat that. If your goal is to become a top producer, or if you already are a top producer, you should be here. If you're a part-timer and all that kind of stuff, and you're happy where you are, and you're just looking for if you do a deal a year, and you don't want to pay, you're okay with just a transaction fee, then that's scarcity thinking. And to be quite honest, that's not the conversations that jive with me. I want to talk to abundant people with abundant mindsets that want to do big things. Let's do it together. Those are the people that I'm excited with. I want to run with the runners, as they say.
Right.
So if you have a scarcity mindset, that's cool. Let's try to, if you can see it, that's fine. But if not, that's cool. I'm looking for you guys out there that want to do big things with this limited time that we have called life.
Absolutely. I like to say we run with the runners, we'll walk with the walkers, and we walk away from the complainers.
Absolutely.
People it's.
Absolutely,
but shout out to Aaron. Thanks for joining us. Hey, anybody that has any last minute questions, I got a couple quick questions for Rick, and we're going to sign off. But put it in the chat if you have any other questions that we can answer real quick, and show Rick some love. And one of my last questions is, if you could do it all over again, what would you do differently? Now, you already said you wish you would have joined sooner. And that's probably 90% of what a lot of agents say, is they wish they would have looked at it quicker, wasn't so nonchalant about it, or just put more time and effort and did their due diligence, so they could see the opportunity. But besides that, if you could do it over again, is there anything else that you want to share with anyone that they can learn from, or is that it?
I want to give you something. Well, I think I did it. I'm usually not proud of myself because I held myself to a high bar, but I'm proud of myself the way I left my previous company. I'm a loyal person,
Right.
believe it or not. I'm a Leo. Loyalty is huge for us. And it was hard for me to make the switch. I had a nice lengthy talk with the person that was there for me while I was, whether people say a lot of things, hey, what do brokers do for you anyway, blah, 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 you're making them money. I'm not of that field. Like I said, I did it the right way when I moved over. It wasn't an easy conversation, but it was a conversation that needed to be had because I got to look out for me, my kids, my family, and really what I want out of life. And I know what I wanted out of life wouldn't be where I was. So when I came on board, man, I don't know. Okay, I got one for you. For those of you that are into agent attraction, it's for those of you who know a little bit about the company. Agent attraction, if you want to take it to a high level, I learned this 6 months in. So really I've been doing this right only for about 6 months. If you want to do this at a high level, it's not about how many people you bring on your front line personally, in my opinion. It's about the community that you create and making your systems duplicatable, whether that's the coaching or the agent attraction stuff. I can't get into all that because we'll be on here for 2 hours and the systems that we have. But make that duplicatable and give it as a gift to the people that join you so they can make it duplicatable. So if don't hoard that information, if you can create leaders, your organization is going to grow real quickly and you're going to have a better community and a better time, in my opinion.
All right, great. Hey, one real quick question before we sign off, Rick. If you're a reader, what's your best inspirational book that you love? Or if you're a movie watcher, what's the name of your favorite movie of all time?
Oh man, where do I start with? Yeah, so I'm a huge reader. Let me correct myself. As of late, I'm a huge audiobook listener. Right? So I don't want, if my wife saw that, she'd be like, what are you talking about? You don't read. I listen to books. I listen to books while I drive, while I'm walking, whatever the case may be. The first book that changed my life back in 2003 was, Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy. Okay. That was my dad broke my virginity into this world, right? Okay. So that was a book where I'm like, whoa, he talked about how your conscious mind is a golf ball and your subconscious mind is a basketball and how you can program your subconscious mind. I was like, whoa, this stuff exists. And after that, I started listening to a lot of good ones. There's 4 set of books that I really like by Don Miguel Ruiz. 4 Agreements is the one you should start with. Then there's The Mastery of Love and all that kind of stuff. So 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I like Atomic Habits. I just listened to that recently. If you're into RevShare, I think everybody should be reading Building an Empire.
Right.
By Carruthers. Brian Carruthers. You got it. That's a definite must, Building an Empire. I love books like Relentless by Tim Grover. And now I just got his newest one, which I'm halfway through, called Winning. So Tim Grover, he was the head trainer for Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Dwayne Wade.
Oh, wow.
For you basketball fans, so he goes into their psyche, and man, those are good books. Those really get me. So I like all those. So
awesome. That's awesome. I think people were writing it down. Aaron asked, is it Maximum Achievement, the first one?
Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy. Right.
All right.
That was that one. I don't know, that was my first one a long time ago, but it's a great book. Read books by Don Miguel Ruiz. And if you have that competitive fire in you, and it's not all peaches and cream with you guys all the time, and you have that little darkness in a good way to build out that competitiveness, go with Relentless and Winning by Tim Grover.
All right, fantastic. If anyone wants to reach out to you, Rick, we know we got your cell phone there that's on the screen. Any other way that they should reach out to you?
I'm easy, man. That's my name. You can find me on social media. I'm a big helper. I help people that aren't even in EXP. I help people that are in other people's organizations of EXP. It's all good, man. If you guys reach your dreams, and that's cool. That's good enough for me.
All right. Any final thoughts before we sign off, Rick?
Man, Giannis Antetokounmpo is my final thought. Did you guys watch that NBA championship? I love that guy. So let's use it as a little metaphor. So I'll tell you what I love about sports. As you can see in the background, I played some. And it is the easiest way for me to explain how work going in equals results coming in.
Work's going in and results coming out.
That's it. So when Giannis was back in Greece dribbling the basketball as a kid, he never thought he'd win a championship in the highest stage. He just wanted to become a better dribbler, a better shooter. And if you worked on your craft, things happen, right? And he worked on it, and now he's an NBA champion. Guys, that's a metaphor for us. We might not become NBA champions, but whatever you want out of your life, if you put in that work and, smart work, intelligent work, you partner yourself with the right people. Like he had to have the right dietitian, the right coaches, the right teammates. He can't win that championship alone. You can ask guys like Charles Barkley that, you could be a really good player and not win a championship. If you surround yourself with the right teammates, your goals not only will come true, you're going to have a hell of a time going through it. And when we all win together, that is euphoria. The congratulations, the hugs, that we did this. That's how I honestly feel at EXP. It's our team, our organization going after a goal. And if you want that feeling, you got to give this place a shot.
Thank you for your time today, Rick. I really appreciate it. Can't wait to see you at some of the live events I know that we're going to be going to there in Dallas in August and EXPCon in Las Vegas. Hey, if there's any big players out there or old friends of Rick's, reach out to them and see get some questions answered and maybe join him at one of the live events. Maybe he'll hook you up and invite you to come to one of the live events and really do some due diligence like a lot of us done. But thanks for joining us, everyone, today. We'll see you next Wednesday in the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. Love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, you're welcome.